Welcome back to the channels, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm just going to quickly unwrap this one. So this is a gift that I was given for working on a bunch of opals that I've done recently on the channel for KG. We caught up, I gave him his opals and he handed me this mysterious little package here. Now I was going to open it with him and then he just said, oh wait a minute, you might want to actually chuck it on the channel and unbox it. So everyone's a better YouTuber than me. I didn't even think of it, I was just ready to cut it open. But we've delayed that, and luckily enough, thanks to KJ, he did remind me that it would be better to do it on channel. So let's get into it. Alright, just in case I've forgotten my name, I've got it on here twice now. I'll just have a quick look at this card. So nothing incriminating in this, it's just a thank you. And just over here, I see a very familiar name. A lot of you would have seen it on the channel as well. So I asked Nick Hoops to have a bit of a look for something you might find fun or a challenge or to keep you on your toes. So, alright, it was probably giving me an absolute curveball. I haven't heard anything from Nick about this yet. So there he is, KG. Let's have a look. I'm already bracing myself here. It's not the first time I've had a mystery parcel sent in from someone organising this with Nick Hoops, so I'm not surprised that this has happened. Alright, it's more than one piece. Alright, what do we have here? We've got ourselves a piece here that's just showing a glimmer of hope, and then the bar continues on underneath the ironstone. Oh, it actually continues on quite a way over here. I see it stopped there, so there might be a stone under this right here. Interesting. Doesn't look overly complicated. Alright, here we've got a really nice dark seam, and it's one of those ones that go just straight down. So we're going to have a thin curved opal that goes straight down, but you can see it's going to be one of those black blues. Can't quite see it on the other side, so the strategy would be just to have that rub back and see what we're dealing with. Could be a nice little tricky piece there. We'll have a look and see what we can get. Definitely a black blue. Not seeing much else, but that's lightning. Lightning bolt. Next piece is going to be pretty tricky. Just a couple thin kitty claw scratches of opal just going through this one. That's probably going to be hard to get anything out of. This might clean up. I've had a few where it's looked like very little and then we've gotten one really good stone out of it. That second bar there looks okay as well. This might be a tricky slice and see if we can get a double-sided stone here. Another piece here. This one is much more matrixy. Much more matrixy. This could be quite interesting just to slice up rather than try to get a full-faced piece. Because it's quite nice. Very pretty. Might just need to rub this back and rub around the entire edge until we get this stuff fully exposed, just in case there is a bar there somewhere. But it does look like a bit of matrix, and of course take in the top and bottom. I don't think it'll really have a clearly defined top or bottom, but it could be nice to have a couple slices that look like this. And then finally, this big boy. Big chunk of rock. And that one, with a little bit of carving work, we could get something to face. Can't see deeper into the stone, unfortunately, with my human eyes, but there could be more under there. I can see that under here, there's still more. It was rubbed back and then looks like Nick stopped rubbing just before he's hit that bar, and if it continues over and connects to this, which seems a bit matrixy, then it could be quite interesting. This is definitely a nice area to investigate though. If that can clean, if that gets cleaned up and links over to somewhere like over here, then we've got a hell of a stone. And even if it doesn't fully clean up, it already looks pretty cool. So it'd just be a matter of salvaging it, cutting that little section out, and yeah, so no easy layup stones in this batch if I just zoom back out. But you will see them on the channel at some point. There's a couple here that are pretty straightforward, and then a couple that are pretty tricky, like this one here. A little bit of saw work, so I think a couple of these are going to have to go in my pile of to be sawn apart. but a couple of them could just be a fun little carving project. All in all, we'll see if we can get anything out of it. Nick's material always has the tendency to surprise, and I think, surprisingly, out of all of these stones, either this one here or this one here is going to be the one. This one is the most mysterious, and I have a lot of good luck with some of these. A lot of the time a cutter doesn't like this kind of material because of that curvature. And because it's not the perfect curve, and you can't really dome it, it becomes quite difficult to deal with. But when you're carving, the curvature like this is not a problem at all. And I'm seeing the blue, but I'm also seeing a flash of green at the right angle. I do prefer the sinister looking dark blue purple in black for this kind of material, but a little bit of green keeps it interesting. So yeah, you'll most likely see a couple of these stones come back on the channel, and I don't really need rewards for carving people's parcels, but I'm more than happy to receive a little bit of Boulder Opal to play with. Can never complain about that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.